according to it, we are actually live.
Whoa, we're back.
Boy, it's been a while. Anyways, hello and
Yeah.
welcome to With Your Waifu, the talk show where we take monsters of all shapes, sizes, species, and we discuss the biology, culture, and whatnot of our. Weekly is not the correct term anymore.
No, it was bi-weekly, and even that's starting to stretch that a little bit too.
Yeah. Well, anyways, hello there. I'm Scamper Blaze on the right, and on the left there we have Blackout.
Good to be back. I think I don't know anymore.
We hope. Honestly, just to keep your expectations low, we're honestly just a bunch of idiots with stupid headcanons and even dumber arguments.
Well, yeah, I can't really argue that. But be sure to catch our last episode, where we talked about dinosaur monster girls of the old times and daytimes and all the times.
Watch out, here comes the grannies.
Yeah. Well, but this week, we have a very special, if not legendary, monster girls for you here today. The species of the phoenix.
Whoosh. So, I am at least gonna assume everyone at least heard of the Phoenix at some point in their lives, but for those that are not familiar with what a phoenix is often depicted as a bird that is able to just, whenever it dies, be reborn again from the ashes.
Yep. And today we're putting a little fun spin instead of just our normal firebird here. We decided to have it embrace the other elements.
Yeah, because honestly, it opens up a lot of potential if you were to think, like, what else can a bird rise from?
Mm-hmm. The main three are, of course, fire. We're going to do ice.
Yep.
And thunder slash lightning, however you want to interpret that.
Yeah. Of course, if we think of other elements as we go on, so be it.
But those are probably our main three, though.
Yeah.
And for our Pokemon fans, that is our reference to our Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres.
Uno, dos, tres.
Anyway. Alright. Well, like all our episodes, let's start. Biology.
Alright. So, normally, most of the cases, we try to keep magic out of the explanation as long as we can.
Impossible. Dragon Part 2 here.
Yeah.
So magic is going to be very widely topic here, but I have kind of starting point we're going to jump off from here.
Uh-huh.
If you may. How are they different from just a regular heartbeat that we've established already? That is what my main thing here today.
Well, we can start with the obvious point. The lifespan is probably a lot longer. Two, they are able to transcend death. And I can honestly imagine that they would have way better memory capabilities than your average harpy.
I'd say so. I did a few things myself. I'm trying to remember what they were at. I just had a train of thought and I just lost it. It derailed so fast. But crap.
Yeah.
But it was more like biological differences. But I can touch on that lifespan there. I think they technically have a shorter lifespan compared to most other species. They just go through it faster.
Okay. I was gonna tackle the that when we were talking about the rebirth section.
No, I'm just saying though. I'm not, but we can get that later.
Yeah.
But mainly biology. Harpies have wings for hands here.
Yep.
But I don't want that for our phoenix.
If we make them like have hands and wings, then they would be kind of leaning towards angel territory.
Yeah.
And
which we don't really do.
Something that did pop in my mind that
Uh-huh.
could be kind of cool, and yes, this is definitely based on a very specific Digimon. What instead of just having one pair of wings, a secondary set of wings?
I am on board. I was actually thinking the same thing. Brain
Ah!
cells already aligning. The brain
Oh,
cells align.
oh no, not already. Okay, so, aside from a secondary set of wings, do you think there's gonna be any main differences? Like, are they gonna be bigger? Are they gonna be smaller? I do think their body temperature will, regardless of
Very.
elements, be higher and have a higher
Yeah.
metabolism.
Ice. The ice one's going to have higher body temperature.
Compared to a harpy, yes.
I think it'd be way colder. I think it'd be like the more extreme versions of their body. I would imagine.
Yeah, but I'm talking like in eternal temperature because I'm gonna assume that magic is gonna cost some sort of energy. So if you have an increased metabolism, your eternal temperature could potentially be higher.
Okay. I'll be fine with that. You'll have to convince me for the ice part, but I'm fine with it for the
Yeah.
other elements right now.
I already have an idea on how to biologically explain the deep frozen isle.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, thinking one larger set of wings on their back, and then like a secondary smaller set kind of down, more towards like lower. I don't know how to explain lower back. I guess we
Okay,
have
so
around the shoulder area, and then I'm thinking lower back for their wings.
okay, so where our shoulder blades and arms would be, that would be the main set, and around hips or higher for the secondary set.
A little bit higher, like a few inches higher.
Okay, so
The small
not
of your
yet.
back.
So more attached to the spine and not really the hip. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a very flexible spot, like the small of your back.
Yeah, I do agree. I'm just trying to kind of picture it.
Mhm.
Also, this is probably a weird thing to uh, focus on, but there could also just be a difference with how, like, the amount of toes that harpies have compared to phoenixes.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how many we gave them.
Let's see. I vaguely remember like three in the front and then the back toe that birds tend to have for both balancing and gripping.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
So let's give phoenixes, since we already gave them an additional set of wings, an additional toe, so they would have four in the front and one back one, so that they basically just have 5 fingers on their talons. Acceptable so far?
I'm just thinking like, would they really need another appendage on there when they have their hands free now?
I mean, they don't really have their hands free since they have wings, but...
But they have wings, and then they have their hands.
Oh, wait, are we also giving them arms?
I was going to give them arms. I didn't. I just want to give them wings.
I'm talking about their feet.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I want to give them arms because
Huh.
they're special.
I mean,
I want to give them arms.
Okay. I don't want to say fully arms, but I'm okay with like one of those, like a wing claws, like raptors tend to have.
Hmm. Hmm. Maybe. Okay.
We can disagree upon this one. Okay,
Not
but
really. This is a very
yeah,
big.
yeah, actually, good point.
I
Okay.
will live with it for now. Because I have no big reason for arms. I just wanted to give them arms. Be different from harpies.
But we already gave them a second set of wings.
Yeah, but that's not that big. Anyway,
Okay.
that's why I'm reluctantly putting it down for now until I come up with a better reason.
Yeah, I can see that why they would why you would want them to be different, but sometimes animals do evolve in similar ways. So, okay,
Okay, but I want them to be way bigger than harpies.
yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Like, harpies we had at like 5 foot max, if I recall correctly.
4 to 5 feet tall, yeah,
Yeah.
around that range.
So I
I
assume
want them
that.
to be 6 to 7, honestly.
Ah, so you want to make them bigger than your average human? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no real quarry about that. Since you
Yeah,
suggested
you're even
them
really into
to.
it. I'm fine with even going bigger. Is the thing.
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, I do have a question. Since you mentioned that their lifespan theoretically could be shorter,
Yes.
would they start off about the same size as a harpy and then just grow faster, or would their children also already be bigger?
Um, I imagine they when they're like children, they're already at like harpy size, and they're at like their quote unquote child age. They're already at harpy size,
Okay.
and then they hit that growth spurt towards their middle of their lifespan.
Yep. So their puberty is definitely a lot more
They
noticeable.
have like I want to say they have like an accelerated growth cycle. I would imagine
All right.
because they have the properties of reviving from death. So I imagine that they don't really need a very long lifespan. They just come back. But if we get to make them bigger, I'm thinking actually like upwards to like 10 feet, honestly.
Oh, we are really making them big.
Like I am fine with up to 10 feet tall, and that gives them about like a 20-foot wingspan.
Okay, so while that is very big, I'm trying to think. Do I have anything to kind of counter it?
I'm kind of like taking from the myth of like the Rock, where it's like just this big. They are just a very big bird, like as long as mountains.
Yes, but the rock is a completely separate being.
Now we kind of brought into this. We were gonna do Rock, but we just changed it like Thunder Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the inspiration from that. That just big bird.
All
I think
right.
upwards to that. I'm not saying they're all the same size. I'm saying like they can get up that big.
I kind of want to offer a little a compromise there. Let's make their maximum size based on the element that they use to revive.
I mean, I was kind of like saying that, like that's what I was saying. Like, not all of them will reach that high, but like maybe I'm thinking like the Thunder one in particular getting that big because of reasons. And then like, Fire would probably be the second tallest, and then like our Ice would be probably the shortest of the three.
Because they're considering they're the most solid, so they would be a lot more like compact and condensed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm okay with that order.
I'm thinking like 9-10 feet for lightning, probably like 7-8 feet for fire, and then like 6-7 for ice, which is still pretty big, but the smallest of the three.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I am totally fine with doing that. Okay. I'm trying to think.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else aside from the immortality bit that we need to talk about in here?
I think it's really just going to lead back to immortality is the thing.
That is fair. In that case, shall we start with the vanilla element flame?
Sure.
Okay, so this is also kind of a general question. When they do rise from the ashes, do they just go back like a couple stages in their lifespan? Like, like a couple years younger, or do they go full on baby when they come from the ashes?
I was thinking maybe.
Alright, do they keep their own memories, or is it just a factory reset?
I'm gonna say there's like a variation, kind of like, um, you know how like you never remember anything from like the ages from 2 and below kind of thing, like that infant amnesia thing.
Okay.
It's like that common phenomenon, like infant amnesia. You never remember anything from like your infant years,
Okay.
really. So it's kind of like that. Like they have that for like the first maybe year that they don't really know, and then eventually those memories start coming back to them.
Okay. So basically, for the first couple of years, they're kind of like a blank slate, and then they start to remember stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I am actually thinking about something interesting here to make each of the elements a little bit more diverse.
Okay.
I'm gonna go from biggest to smallest, because with how our brain works when it comes to memories and just brain chemistry, if the electrical neurons between our different brain cells gets destroyed, they'll never be the same. So I'm gonna say the electric birds or the electric phoenixes are gonna have the worst memory or the longest quote unquote reboot time.
I was actually feeling the opposite. Is the thing. As the quote unquote masters of electricity, they'd be able to protect themselves from that kind of stuff.
I do see the logic, but I was honestly gonna go with the ice ones having the best memory because things that get frozen in ice are preserved better.
I can see your logic there.
Yeah.
I really think the fire is kind of like the worst one.
Yeah.
There's like no protection there.
Yeah,
They probably would have like the longest reboot.
Okay, Okay,
I'll
well, I
say
can
from
definitely see the logic there.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay, let's see.
I was gonna say from worst to best, I'm gonna go fire, ice, lightning, honestly.
What I can imagine is that ice probably remembers it like way more detail and way further back, while electric would probably learn the fastest because of improved electrons.
What do you mean improve the fastest?
Okay,
Then?
so
So it's they get theirs the fastest, but the ice remembers it better.
okay,
What meaning?
not necessarily. Okay, 1 second. Let me try to word it properly. Okay, so how I can imagine is ice would be way better at like recalling specific details, like how many loaves of bread did they have last year? I'm just gonna name a fucking extreme example. While an electric phoenix would be the fastest at learning new stuff.
Okay.
So
I can see where you're coming from.
yeah,
I'm not
ice would be better at remembering, while electric would be way better at learning.
Then what does fire get?
uh, hmm. Hmm.
Got nothing, because we got nothing to do.
I mean, do we have to give them something? Because we can say that fire is the default, and then other subspecies grew to other elements and adapted the weaknesses of fire out of it.
I guess we can do that. Fires are middle of the road here.
Yeah, fire is our baseline, and the others evolved out of there.
All right.
All right. Okay, so since they have to be able to fly, I am gonna assume that all of them are gonna weigh a lot less than.
They're not like um. I wouldn't say they're not muscle mommies for sure.
Nope.
But they're not frail either. Like they are big girls, but they got like a secondary set of wings to help with flight and everything. Too
Yeah.
is the thing. So they're pretty average, if not like kind of like lean cut. I would imagine.
Okay.
Like there's no definition, but there's like nothing flabby.
Yeah.
It's fair. Let's see. Well, I think we should just go back to it. Like we never gave them a lifespan. Is the thing.
Not yet.
So that's a good point. Like, what do you think on average?
Okay, let's see.
I'm thinking at most 50 years.
Is this different for each of the elements? Because I can see.
I'm ballparking it right now, just averaging it.
Hmm.
They're about the same, honestly. I would imagine. I don't see a reason why they would delay it anymore.
I'm gonna actually base it around the lifespan of a different very colorful bird, the parrot.
Okay.
And those can
Okay.
easily live up to 70.
Well, they can't reborn themselves, so that's why I'm saying 50 at most.
Alright.
I'm stretching it. Probably averaging 30, 40 years, honestly.
Okay, I can. If we make electric and fire 30 and 40, while ice stays 50.
It's a range.
Yeah.
I feel like I can say like they can definitely feel like when it's time to rebirth time, and they can like hold it off for a little while. But
Alright.
I would say they have that kind of function of like they're able to hold off their rebirth for like a few years. Not like most. That's why I'm saying most 50
Okay.
in that 30 to 40 range.
Alright.
I'm
trying to think. Like, there is something I'm thinking that should be addressed, but it keeps eluding me. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Do you know what referencing to?
Oh, wait, yeah, it had to do with the rebirth. So, do you think it's... What is your point of it being like an internal reaction or an external reaction? Meaning, they have the energy already in them and let it out to rebirth, or they would have to take in a lot of the elements to cause the rebirth. Like,
I think it's more of an internal thing, kind of like an internal clock kind of thing.
all right.
Are you team egg or live birth?
Well, considering this actually. Oh wait.
I'm gonna be team egg for this one, honestly.
I mean, as they rebirth, or if they make new specimens.
Kind of both, honestly. Like if it's rebirth, I'm fine with either, but kind of just new specimen, I'm thinking egg.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with egg being for like the new souls, while rebirth would be like infant or just baby.
Yeah.
Huh.
Alright. I have things to say, but those are more along our culturization, socialized aspects. So I'm kind of holding off on those.
Yeah.
How about like mastery of their elements? We can get into that a little bit. It's
right.
like.
Oh wait. Actually, let's go back to the birth and rebirth section for just a second, because something just popped in my head.
Sure, go ahead.
Because we can also talk about potential mating rituals. What would happen if like two phoenixes combusted right next to each other? Would their ashes mingle?
Okay, Diostra. It's not. I don't think ashes are that important to the rebirthing process of the two fire phoenixes or lightning, whatever phoenixes. Because they have their body still is the thing. It's like you know, okay, I'll reference it. You know, in Harry Potter, when the Phoenix dies,
Mm-hmm.
and you just see Ari in the ashes, it's already a fully formed baby bird.
Yes.
It's like that. They already have their baby body in the ashes, kind
Okay.
of thing.
So can I kind of see that over their natural lifespan they build up a lot of energy and then
Mm-hmm.
basically let it out to revert their bodies back to their infant stage?
There's definitely some kind of explosion of elemental energy probably during the rebirth process.
Okay, yeah. This is why I was asking would it be an internal or an external?
Mm-hmm.
Well, endothermic or exothermic to be exact. Uh, so, what do you think would
Since
cause the most damage with their rebirth? Because I'm gonna say fire.
yeah, yeah, ice doesn't do that much damage in that quick of an instant. Uh, lightning's pretty a little bit pinpoint. Like it can be destructive,
Yeah,
but
but if you're
like
like in a good forest where there's not a lot of conductive material, you should be fine. Or
it hit
would
a
you
tree and it goes on fire.
or would you prefer to actually be like in the mountains when there where there's like minerals that help with conductivity?
Probably, probably find our birds in the mountains regardless. It's a thing.
Yeah,
So definitely. So there's not that much destructible material around them.
that is fair.
um.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up the potential idea of elemental fusions.
So I had an idea for the rebirth thing, and since
Mhm.
our regular Phoenix didn't get no love for their memory aspect, I say they're probably the longer lived. Like they had the longer lifespan, quote unquote, of the Phoenixes, because they can expel their energy easier than the other two.
That is okay. Well, I do think that if that is a good baseline, I do think that the electric would have evolved to uh,
I'm not.
emit it
They all
more.
can do it. It's just the fire can do it the best.
Yeah,
Is what I'm saying.
ice is gonna have the hardest time because they have to like
Yeah,
condense.
yeah. I imagine they would have the shorter lifespan because they can't
I
release
would
that
imagine
energy as
they.
well.
I still think the ice one would have the longer lifespan because their eyes would probably keep their own flesh fresher.
It's not about preserving the body. It's just like
Yes, and I'm more talking about the fact
they're
that
rebirthing their
our
whole body is
uh,
the thing. So they're restarting. They're not keeping the same body.
no, no, no. That part I agree with, but why I think ice lives longer is because the reason why we age is because of a defect in our cells as they are slowly decaying, and the
Yeah, they
cold
stopped
would
doing their job.
slow down that decay.
Well, it's not like they hit a time and then yeah, okay, time to rebirth kind of thing. It's like a buildup of energy within their bodies, and they can release that in the form of their quote unquote elemental powers. Is what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. So we're not actually giving them. Are we actually
And then
giving them
eventually,
mastery of their element? Like, can they use it or no?
I was going to get to that one, but you want to go to another topic. But yeah, I was going. They're legendary birds. I was going to give them some mastery over their forms in a way.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so this energy, this magic energy, elemental energy, is building up inside them over the years, and when that reaches a certain critical mass point, it bursts forth and they're reborn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how phoenixes can tell when that stuff is, because I'll say just like human aging, their power to release that energy starts kind of dwindling and dwindling. But so
I would
technically,
imagine since they are building it up, it would actually increase with age. Which is, I'll be honest, a thing I do quite like about certain Japanese yokais. That, for example, the nine-tailed fox gets more powerful the older it gets.
yeah. But the thing is, we have rebirth. Is the thing.
Yeah.
A lot, a lot of mythical beings don't rebirth themselves. So this is kind of like the caveat I can try to make it more realistic. Is like it's kind of their form of aging that they're not able to release their powers Like, the older they get in their quote unquote lifespan.
Oh, because then their bodies subconsciously prioritize stocking up for the rebirth.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Okay. In that case, I do want to make like a compromise. It
Mm-hmm.
scales up to like let's say 40 is like the average for a phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Starting 30, they go in power saving mode.
Kind of. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the average is 30 to 40, depending on like elemental energies, their buildup. It's a bunch of factors. That's why 30 40, and then like if they really want to, they can hold it longer and like maybe just take like a year of just expelling energy just to delay another like 10 years if they want, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that.
That's why 30 40 is the average. 50 would be a maximum kind of thing.
All right. Huh.
Like once in their life, they're able to delay it, and once they hit their power saving mode, it's like, oh, turn it off for a second. We get it, fight, kind of thing.
Okay.
But there's various factors of their lifespan, but that's the edge. But let's see. So let's see. Bird wing, arms, lower half also bird-like. I'm imagining as well. With
I am a
like
fan of
harpies,
talents, yes.
kind of like our harpies build, but
Mhm.
bigger and more.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Would we like to get to the elemental mastery, or do you have anything else biological wise?
I'm trying to think. Gender ratio, are there since we only had female harpies, are there gonna be male phoenixes?
I will say no.
Hmm. I don't really have an argument, but I don't really see a reason why phoenixes couldn't be male.
I want to save that argument for culture.
Alright, in that case I will put a pin in it for now.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, let's get to their elemental mastery.
Right. Just a few. I don't imagine they have like, I don't. Do we want to say like mastery or just control? Is the thing.
Hmm.
Because I would say like a sense of mastery of their elements once they learn how to wield it, but it's probably control early on.
Okay, so before we talk about matter of control and or mastery, something I do think they have at least at base level is immunity to their element.
Yeah, full on board with that.
Okay, yeah.
I have nothing against that. Well, I don't know how you get immune from being hit by ice. That's my thing. It's like throwing a solid chunk of ice at someone. I don't know how you become immune to that.
That
But I'll say they're
is fair, but I'm talking about specifically like
well, they don't take cold
atmosphere.
damage
Yeah.
or fire damage or lightning damage. Like I get that. I'm just saying it's like if someone used a chunk of ice and just threw it at the ice bird, I think it would hurt.
Yeah, uh, that is a good point.
Okay, they're just immune to cold damage, fire damage,
Their
lightning damage.
environmental effects, like
Yeah,
a thunderbird could fly through a storm and just get zapped, no problem. You can't really taser them.
yeah.
Fire phoenixes can just fucking chill in a volcano if they so please.
Probably were in that roost, to be honest. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. Ice,
Can't
Can-
freeze in a blizzard.
yeah, they can just chill in Canada. But
Yeah.
okay, so something did pop into my mind since
Uh-huh.
we're also using all kinds of different bird-like legendaries to kind of influence ours, like the Rock, the Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Since we are talking about mastery, since they also are like on a constant revival loop most of the time,
Uh-huh.
I do think they could fill the role of Tengus in mythology quite well as just very sought after mentors when it comes to the magic arts.
I am not opposed to that. We can get more into that later. But with their Elemental Master, I kind of want to give them like around 2 powers each, at least that they're master over. I start with the Phoenix, the regular Fire Phoenix,
Uh-huh.
first, because yeah. So I'm thinking obvious like Fire Cloak. They're able to ignite their bodies into like a cloak of flame around them.
All right, yeah.
Second one, are you in favor of Flame Breath or do you want to do something else?
I am okay. So since specifically are phoenixes, I don't really want to give them a flame breath.
Okay, like
Like shooting
uh,
fire,
yeah,
like forming fire in like balls, spears, and then just flapping to shoot them away, or fucking heat waves. Sure, just not a breath, cause. Uh,
it's like the default firepower. I had to mention it, but
yeah.
I don't know what else we could do with fire. Is the thing.
Okay, with fire cloak,
oh,
they could probably
oh.
also use it to kind of go faster. So I think a good.
What? So I had an idea.
Oh.
I say the Fire Phoenix have the power to turn to blue fire. Like really
Overclocking. Okay.
kind of like increase the heat of any nearby fire, including their own, to like their hottest points to blue-white levels. That's what I'm thinking for a firepower.
Okay, so I kind of wanted to go more into the direction of how phoenixes are depicted in Greece and Chinese myths. So, but because I don't want to say no to your idea, but then I would have to give them a third power.
And that would be.
I'm gonna say the fire phoenixes are very adept at healing magic.
How about we just give that to all the phoenixes, honestly?
Alright, so all of them are like.
Because Phoenix Tears is a common healing potion.
Then there's also the Phoenix Down.
Yeah, Phoenixes are commonly known for healing, so
So,
I'm fine with
okay.
giving all the Phoenix.
All of them are
healing
good at
factor.
restoration magic, then.
Magic, if not, probably have their own healing factor, honestly.
Alright.
But let's see. I'll move to lightning. So I'm thinking obviously like call lightning down from the sky.
Weather control?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Probably like minor weather control, like they can create storm clouds and such and call lightning down on a target.
Yeah. Out of
Not
curiosity,
yeah.
is the reason why you wanted to make the lightning the Thunderbirds the biggest is because a Thunderbird is so big they can create just thunder by clapping their wings?
No, I already told you that. It's like I just based it off the actual rock, which is like a fucking massive bird.
Yeah, but the Thunderbird is also a massive fucking bird that does the same thing.
They're both massive birds. That's why I want the thunder one to be the big one, okay?
Fair!
Besides, I like lightning more than fire.
Yeah,
I got my
totally fine.
preference.
Totally fair.
But yeah, I say minor weather control, where like create storm clouds and call lightning. Nothing like no tornado level
No,
or hurricane.
like local phenomena, like just
Yeah.
big winds of gusts of winds, thunder,
Mhm.
lightning.
And I say for a second power, kind of like electric eels, they're able to use any body to shock.
Enhanced
generate-
static.
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of sounds more like cantrip level shenanigans. I was thinking more of, you know how in certain animes they use like electricity to either up their reflexes or just straight up their speed.
Uh-huh.
I thought that it would be kind of fun to give them like physical enhancement like that.
So something like a thunder cloak kind of idea.
Yeah, like they're able to master the electric currents inside their body, considering you also wanted to vouch for that being the reason why they're good with their memories.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
Plus, it gives it's a little bit more unique than just tingle tingle tweet tweet motherfucker.
I kind of like sets a precedent that we give both the lightning and fire a kind of internal kind of power and then a external power
Yeah.
for their mastery. So for the ice one, okay, so I'd say for their quote unquote ice cloak ability that they form ice around them like a shell of armor.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine. So it's more defensive than the other two.
Uh-huh.
Would you say that they can make the ice light on themselves so they can still fly with like just coated in ice?
Uh, up to a certain density, yeah, sure. But they would have to, you would have to like physically train your own wing muscles to fly with heavier ice.
I imagine that they would. Is the
Yeah,
thing.
they are smaller, so they have less natural weight compared to the others.
They're more compact muscle-wise, so I
Yeah.
can definitely see that they take on a sort of ice armor kind of ability.
So I was thinking specifically instead
Mhm.
of just creating ice, since
Uh-huh.
I could like to see they are like both ice and fire are like evolved out of the sorry, ice and electric are both evolved out of fire.
Yeah.
Their ability to create ice is actually just a very uh, inter- is intricate, complex version of just absorbing surrounding heat.
So they can steal heat.
Yes.
uh, yeah. I'm not against it. It's just like that doesn't seem very useful.
I mean, if you take a simple ability like taking heat and just amp it up to 11, you can get your ice armor ability. I'm just saying that would be the origin of their power, or at least their internal power.
I was just thinking that they're solidifying the surrounding humidity and ice and air around them.
Yeah, which they could do by absorbing the heat. Now,
What would be their second power then?
yeah, their external power.
Yeah.
What if they can like manipulate like their ice structures? Like they can make like a spike, but they could also make the spike act like it's more liquid than it would be.
Malleable ice?
Yes.
I'm not against it, but I honestly can't really picture it because that's just fucking water. Let's be honest. maybe I just don't really have a good idea to counteract it. Is the thing? It's like
Yeah.
ice is pretty known for like one thing: freezing shit.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
So, oh wait. Actually, now that I think about it, so if we take both my suggestions for the ice one, combined, they would basically make what you wanted. They take the heat
Yeah.
and then just alter how the ice is with their external power. So
I guess that'll work. Yeah. All right. We have their internal, external. They got their healing factor. Let's talk about the healing factor a little bit. Like they have healing magic for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. It was like a self-healing ability. How do we want to like imagine that?
Okay, so I can imagine that
I'm not gonna. Uh,
ice
I see
probably would
argument
heal
that-
the slowest, but they would be able to like, if it's like cuts from like falling while flying or just like bleeding, probably
Yeah.
they're able to solve that one the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
Fire would probably be the fastest when healing against like diseases and poisons, because they can basically just fever up their own body to get rid of
Can they cauterize their
pathogens.
own wounds?
Hmm?
Can they cauterize their own wounds if they're immune to fire?
Uh, I think. I think they could. They just need to heat up like their talons to a certain degree, but it would still hurt because it's their own talon.
Well, I would kind of find it funny that if they couldn't like cauterize everyone was like, you can't. I'm made of fire.
Yeah, that's also a good point. Would they actually be able to cauterize themselves?
I kind of find it funny if they couldn't. Is the thing.
That's
I'm
why.
immune. I'm immune to fire, you idiot.
Yeah, actually, that would also make sense as to the reason why ice and electricity would evolve traits to better solve that. Like, fire was our baseline.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Fire
So
is just kind of in a
I say in a
dangerous.
sense, fire has the worst healing factor.
Yeah, I'm. Well, like I said, when it comes like wounds and cuts, ice is the best. Diseases, potential poisons,
Okay.
fire is gonna be good because killing it with the heat. What about electric?
I was actually going to say we could just give the internal stuff to the electric source. Is the thing.
Yeah,
External wounds to ice, internal wounds to electric, and then fire is kind of like mid-balling it.
yeah. Like wounds and such probably heal like compared to a normal bird average.
I'm going to say that they have a healing factor, but
It's
just
the
for all
lowest of
Phoenix.
the three.
No, I'm just going to say for all the Phoenixes, their healing factors
Yeah.
kind of shit. Because they have the emergency reset button, is the thing.
I can see the logic.
It's like, why would I need to spend energy on healing myself when I can just reborn and not have this?
Oh, if they haven't,
It's a
built
pretty
up,
minor. It's like
yeah.
cuts and bruises heal fine, but it's like if you get like a deep gash or like a limb is cut off, nah, it's gone. It's gone, my man.
That depends on how cultures we're gonna make them.
That's what I'm saying. Their healing factor is pretty like low tier compared to other healing factors.
Fair.
Like it's
They
like
still.
comparing to like what Deadpool's healing factor.
Oh,
which
that is that Deadpool is like top tier.
That's what I'm saying. They have like a low tier form of healing to themselves.
So they still would heal better than humans, correct?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, acceptable.
it's just they're not regrowing a limb kind of levels. It's like cuts and bruises heal within a day, pretty much.
Oh, wait. What if to actually get their healing factor, they would need external energy? Like a Thunderbird would need to get like struck by lightning to kind of get just like clear to kind of just kickstart their healing factor.
Thunderstorm. They could probably plan a thunderstorm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with like external energies being able to heal them faster than what there normally is.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you would find them around areas with a lot of the natural currents of their element.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense. That they use eternal energy for like the rebirth cycle, but they need external elements for just healthcare.
Accelerated healing.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. There is actually something that's kind of magic, kind of biology.
Sure.
What happened? I assume that if they haven't built enough energy over their lifespan and something gets to them, this might be illness, it might be a predator, it might be just accidents. I assume they don't actually rebirth if they haven't built up their stockpile. Which
I was actually contemplating that issue myself over this whole time. It's like,
yeah, because if we give them like, if you kill them before their pool is filled, that actually gives them a reason to reproduce. Because if they
what I'm actually thinking something.
Yeah.
So they will have. I'm thinking of a delayed rebirth in this case. Is the thing.
So you're saying that the amount of phoenixes never decreases?
I am feeling that. Like it's like if they are killed in some way before their body has stored enough internal energy, wherever their corpse slash ashes or whatever cuts, however form their body is, still continues to build up that energy till they can rebirth. Just a probably slower rate, I would imagine, since it's not an active thing. How you feeling on that?
I am
Because if
kinda
not, we're not going to have.
opposed to just giving them a Deus Ex Machina get out of hell free card.
Well, I'm saying it's not like in like their normal rebirth, pretty instant is the thing. But
Yeah.
if this happens, it really depends on when it happens. Like if it's near like beginning of their like soon after their rebirth, it'll take a long time, like hundreds of years, kind of thing, to be rebirthed. Because I don't think the phoenixes are going to would go extinct very fast. Then is the thing.
No. If they both build up energy naturally and can take it in, both to heal and just to pull it up.
Like it's already passively building up in their body is the thing. They're not actively absorbing energy. So I'm thinking that just continues.
Yeah, but then there's really is not a. If they just keep going in the circles and circles, then there's really not a reason to get like new cycles. So either I'm gonna use Doctor Who logic here. There is a limit of amount of rebirths, which I'm kind of opposed to in this case. Or if the 1 second, if the rebirth process is interrupted, at least then the cycle could be ended. Because I'm not really keen on the idea of they could theoretically. Actually, I prefer the idea of theoretically they could live forever, but there are ways to end them.
These are. Now what I'm saying is these are legendary birds, and like birds of myth and legend is thing. There's not going to be a lot of them. Is the thing. Because I'm in the favor of them. There only being one of each elemental phoenix kind of thing.
Oh, wait, so even in our mythos, the phoenix is considered to be even rarer than fucking dragons.
Yeah, because dragons are fuckboys, but yeah. It's like, because phoenixes are probably like top 5 mythical monsters that everybody fucking knows, is the thing. They have a prestige to them of their own.
Yeah, but what, according to that logic, what about unicorns?
I said like top 5, but they don't have rebirth factor, so don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
These guys, on the other hand, why not live forever?
Yeah, like I'm willing to let them like live forever, but
I'm not giving them lobster immortality, okay?
Yeah, we're not giving them lobster immortality because we both agree there's going to be a rebirth cycle. What I'm suggesting is, since
that's essentially lobster immortality if you just want to end them. I'll live forever till they're killed.
I think we're kind of thinking. I think our thoughts are kind of misaligning here. Because
I'm saying you can end them early. It just takes them a super long time to rebirth if they're ended prematurely.
Yeah, but then one of the arguments we had earlier about live birth or egg, that just becomes moot since.
I'm not saying there can't be more made. I'm just saying that it's very fucking rare. That's why there's like only 3 phoenixes right now. It's very fucking rare.
Okay.
For them to give birth.
I can agree. It's gonna be rare, but
I mean, once in a millennia, kind of rare that they have another offspring.
Yeah, but I'm kind of opposed to having them be so rare. There's like a handful of individuals for one specific reason.
You have your harpies, anyway. Go ahead.
For 2 specific reasons.
Okay.
You just called out one of them, but the original one was the fact that myths from about the phoenixes
Uh-huh.
originated around the same time both in ancient Greece and ancient China.
Okay.
And because those places are, as you
Yeah,
can
but
probably know, fucking far apart. Oh,
yeah, but we're in Terra Wifus, so
oh, fuck!
no, what happened?
One of I had like a poster stuck to my door, and then I just kind of see it fall. Son of a bitch.
No.
1 second. Where is my double-sided tape? I'll fix that after stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like poster. You can chill. Anyway.
That's gonna be annoying to look at now. 1 second. I'm just at least gonna rip it up fully off the door so that one of the corners isn't just hanging on.
It's okay.
There, done. So yeah, the fact that there are different, like it's basically the same bird across the world. So
Did you know that every idea you have is already thought up by someone else, my man?
yeah, but how big are the odds that they specifically have an immortal bird that rises from fire?
Uh, Pretty fucking common, honestly. It could probably been the same person for all you know. That spread the story.
Around the same time?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of trade between. Wait, was there a trade between ancient Greece and China?
There's probably similar roads. I mean, think of the Silk Road and all that, my man. That stretched far across Asia.
That is a fair point. But yeah, that was my reason for I don't think there's like one.
So you're just basing off origin of the story.
Yeah, because lore is an
wanna give
important
them
thing when it comes to research.
I'm giving them a legendary status because we're not on Earth. We're our monster girls. We're in Terra Wifus.
Okay, yeah, if we're going to straight, just plainly Terra Wifus, yeah, I can. I'm okay with dwindling the number down a little bit. Wait, with Terra Wifus, we had different planes, like different realms slash.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So would there be like one elemental per plane?
If there's that many phoenixes, sure, but right now I'm just thinking there's one phoenix per element right now. There could be other elements, but
Oh, okay.
like I'm not opposed to being more phoenixes. I'm just saying there's only one of each element kind of thing.
Okay, so each phoenix would be different, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I am more on board with that notion.
Yeah, they're different elements, but they're all still phoenixes, my man.
Okay, but it's just that we are just talking about 3 specific elements.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
They're all still phoenixes, my man.
alright, yeah, in that case, I'm willing to accept that that Phoenix is just a title more than a species.
Yes, it's like an offshoot, like
Yeah.
the family tree of harpies kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a descended harpy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if that's the case, then yeah. So
Yeah.
before we go into the culture section,
Yeah.
if what would be your favorite element of harpy to have as a waifu before we go on?
I'm just gonna pick from our 3 here right now.
Fair enough.
Lightning.
Okay. I would go with ice.
There. Fire too mainstream for us. Let's go.
That too. I'm also a winter boy.
Sure.
Okay.
Gonna steal all your anyway. But yeah, you still haven't answered my egg or life birth question.
I thought I did. When it's like like I said, new phoenix, egg, rebirth, live birth.
All right. Let's see.
I could have sworn I already said that.
I probably forgot. Honestly, we kind of tangent out.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. All right. I don't think I have anything else right now, biology wise.
If something
I'm
pops
fine
up,
with Black
something
Clover.
pops up.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
All right, culture. So,
Oh wait.
as
Ac-
I've kind of said before,
Actually,
what?
small question more about the rebirth. Would you consider it, if you had to put it on a tier of magic, would it be restoration or necromancy?
Mm, necromancy,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I was kind of curious where you were on that boat, because there is a
But the soul is
difference.
the same. The soul's the same. It's just the body gets destroyed in rebirth.
Yeah, so
Soul's
potentially alteration.
no. Like their healing magic is restoration. Their rebirth ability is the more necromantic ability. But anyway,
Yeah, acceptable.
right, as I said before, not many phoenixes.
That
they
is.
they kind of like are like they don't mind like they the need to breed is not there kind of thing.
Alright. Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling right now. They don't have that instinct.
Okay, since I did kinda accepted that logic, I don't have anything to put in here.
They don't, yeah, they just don't have that since like again they just come back.
Hmm.
But not like probably like 20 phoenixes in the world kind of thing.
Okay. Yep.
You know what? 18 just because of the Pokemon types.
Fair enough.
The fairy phoenix.
No, I'm more confused about the normal phoenix. I didn't hear
It's
no
a bird.
bell.
It's just like a harpy with two sets of wings.
Yeah.
That's the fighting phoenix, by the way.
These wing equal rights, equal lefts.
Joking. Yeah, not that many types of phoenixes.
Okay.
You know what? I can think of a caveat. I just thought of a caveat that like
Oh.
there can only be one phoenix of a particular element,
Uh-huh.
and if another one is born with the same element,
Uh-huh.
that the one that was there before, that's their final cycle.
Ah.
How you feel about that caveat?
I am kinda okay with it, because then you could also potentially have like potential stories about a phoenix killing their heir to just make sure their cycle continues.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very on board with that one.
Let's see. I would say when a phoenix does lay their egg, that they don't know what element it is. Is the thing. So it hatches, or till a elemental power manifests around
Okay.
the baby phoenix.
So they just hope and pray it's a different element.
Yeah. And we could probably make it so like they can't give birth to their own element too. Is the thing.
I'm gonna say there's gonna be a small chance, because there's like a lot of influence of that element
Okay,
around
okay.
them. So
I'm fine with that. I was just thinking of stories like it would be like that, like a fire phoenix attacking a lightning phoenix because the lightning phoenix birthed another fire one, and the other phoenix trying to protect their.
oh,
kin.
wait. So I used the term earlier. namely Ascended Harpy.
Yeah.
What if phoenixes themselves don't give birth to other phoenixes?
So you're thinking like a mother hen kind of situation here?
Yes.
So phoenixes give birth to harpies?
No. Uh, there is
Or-
like a very, very small chance a harpy might
Mhm.
might make a phoenix egg.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that a phoenix can only lay harpy eggs,
Okay.
but a harpy that has been bred from a phoenix has a small chance to lay a phoenix egg.
I am totally okay with that. Yeah, that is cool.
Because then you work with bloodlines and everything.
Yeah.
And like kind of like clan work too, if you really think about it. We can start doing clan work. It's like I am with the fire phoenixes, I'm with the lightning phoenix clan, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. And that also kind of helps with like our nomady style harpies,
Mm-hmm.
because they try to hope they lay a phoenix egg away from where the other is, or would they try to lay it as close as possible?
I would imagine that if one were to lay a phoenix egg, that they would be a celebration,
Mhm.
and then the inevitable what element conversation comes up,
Yeah.
and it's up to the phoenix to protect the new phoenix
Yeah.
from the other phoenix kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I can see some phoenixes would be willing to pass on the torch, but sometimes you do get the egotistical one that would be like, "Nope, I'm gonna live forever."
Oh, there's a few of those.
Yeah, so some phoenixes would be happy with, because there's a lot of stories where immortality is just gonna bog you down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it depends on who the current phoenix is. If they're like graceful, majestic, honorable, then yes, then no matter what the element is, it will be a celebration.
Yeah.
If the current one is like a fucking brat, you're like, I need to hide my child.
Pretty much, and that's probably would go into a bunch of stuff like
Yeah.
they flee away and all that.
Okay, so how much, since I am very on board with like ascended species,
Uh-huh.
how much of harpy culture or instincts would a phoenix retain over the cycles? I assume like a very young phoenix is very harpy-like, but
Uh-huh.
as time goes on and they just go to multiple new game pluses, they probably
start developing
lose.
an ego.
They
They
probably.
develop an ego.
Hmm?
They develop an ego. It's like, I'm better.
I wasn't gonna say an ego. They probably lose like their wanderlust. Like, yeah, this place suits me better.
Stuff like that. It's like you lose the what is it? The innocence, I imagine. Your childlike innocence.
They also
More
probably wouldn't
ego
have
plus
multiple.
Tyrion.
They probably would not have multiple husbands.
No, again, I'd say they rarely breed. Is the thing.
They could still have them for companionship, though.
Actually, oh yeah, companionship's fine. Like, I also don't think they have like the same migratory patterns as our normal harpies.
Exactly.
So I imagine, so they probably have 2, maybe 3 spots that they like to designate as their spots, and then like their clan of harpies, whatever we're calling that. What do we call them? Call them like what, a jury of harpies? That's if I remember right.
A journey, a flock.
A court of harpies. If I remember right.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, it was a court of harpies. Like wherever their court is, they migrate around that phoenix's territory.
Ah. So not just north south like we first did with harpies.
Yeah, a more complex migratory pattern.
Okay,
like around
yeah.
their territory. So a little bit more character development there.
Oh wait, like with normal harpies that are like unlinked, or at least it's been so long that they forgot their lineage. It is
Yeah.
called like a route. Like they go to this area, then this area, and then kind of on a
Yeah.
cycle. While a
hmm
phoenix's one would be called a dominion.
So I imagine like there's actually so actually I'll change that now. So while the Phoenix goes from like one, two, or three different locations during their year, the Harpies they're the ones that venture outside their territories during their quote unquote maiden season, and then they fly back home to their territories to be under protection of the Phoenix during the birth.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
I'm feeling that. I'm kind of feeling that. Are you feeling that?
I'm letting it sink in. I'm not hating it. Huh. Alright. Does it apply to all harpies, or just the one who can prove their lineage to a specific phoenix?
I'd say there's probably like some denotation of what clan you probably descended from. Probably like the ice harpies probably have more blue feathers, while the fire harpies have red. The lightning feathers have yellow. There's some kind of denomination.
Yeah,
Like
but
you,
I can also see that as the generations go on, and not a lot of harpies are being born, those
uh
dominators become less and less prominent.
it really depends. I would imagine.
Yeah, like I said, well, like I think I can imagine there are those that will try to keep the prestige, but I'm pretty sure there's also a lot of harpies that are like, what phoenix am I related to again? Ah,
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Sand harpy, sand phoenix. Got it.
1 second. I can turn my head this way. I must be a ghost. Because harpies can be quite airheaded in our original.
Okay, I'll say it's like it doesn't matter which phoenix you go to. They just find like the closest phoenix territory and migrate there. I would imagine
Hmm.
some kind of probably like some kind of like internal
Instinct.
tracker instinct. Yeah, that's like I need to go that way.
Okay, wait. In that case, yeah, if we're gonna base it on bird's instinct, then yeah, they could theoretically just instinctually remember uh, where their ground, where their phoenix ground or their dominion would be.
Yeah, it'd be instinct, or like maybe the phoenix like with their magical powers are able to project this kind of like safe haven aura, kind of like you can imagine. It's like, all right, mating season's over. Come on back, kind of thing. Like, kind of like a call that like wakes up the instincts of the harpies.
A lot of birds do kind of have like an internal thing with magnetism.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it definitely could. They probably could sense their dominion, like. But now we are taking
Harpies don't get
we
all of them because they mess with
we
like,
are kind of taking away a lot of stuff from our old harpy lore, though, with them having like summer husbands, winter husbands.
I'm just saying, like they can leave the territory, like they're not bound to it. It's
Yeah.
just like the ones that have been quote unquote bred will return to
Yeah,
like
the
Phoenix
ones that
area.
feel their prestige, like the ones that closer to the Phoenix lineage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that.
Maybe not the ones that feel closest, maybe just the ones that have actually been like are ready to lay an egg is the thing. Will return. And then otherwise, yeah, they just fuck off.
Yeah.
It's kind of like probably like a maternal instinct to find like a safe location, and like the safest location would be near a phoenix.
Okay, that is an explanation I can find myself behind a lot more.
Yeah, that's probably one thing. It's like kind of like a maternal slash internal instinct.
Yeah, I just don't think
Then
it's all harpies who feel that instinct anymore.
No, I wasn't with that. I was just saying
Yeah.
it's like a maternal instinct kind of thing. It's like go to safe place to lay egg. Where's safe place? Oh, very big bird. It's safe over there.
Yeah. And they don't see the phoenixes as predators, I assume.
No, phoenixes wouldn't attack harpies or.
Yeah.
But phoenixes will only attack other phoenixes when they're probably going to kill an heir.
Yup.
that is the only time you'll see the phoenixes clash.
Or
Oh,
it's just
it's
some,
work.
or there's just some beef from like 7 centuries ago. Why
You stole
are you
my
here?
cupcake.
You shit on my car. Cars weren't even invented then. I might be thinking of a different phoenix. I'll be back.
Wait. Did you take my cupcake back then? Yes. Screw you.
Yeah. Oh, imagine having to borrow something from a phoenix and then just the interest that builds up. So remember that bagel?
Cupcake.
Or it is. Yeah, you know,
Okay,
yeah.
so your great grandfather borrowed $10 from me. Yeah, you know, owe me $1.5 billion.
You know, considering we kind of made like Harpy's airheaded,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of okay with them being like the opposite of airhead and just hold on to a grudge like eternally.
Oh yeah. Oh, they could be petty as fuck.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Works out.
Okay, so
uh-huh.
assuming there's like one of each element, how varied can it be? Because is there going to be a difference between rock and metal?
I would say so.
Or
Honestly,
sand and rock?
that one's a little too different.
Yeah, like
A little too
rock,
insane.
ground.
Like, there's gotta be like an obvious definition of composition between the two. Is the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, and I don't care for some fantasy writing like this, but I hate like those obscure elements. Like, I am a space phoenix. Aka.
Do you mean space as in the universe or space as in the distance between you and me? Yes. Oh,
Or
fuck right off.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like obscure elements like that, or not. It's not obscure. I'm probably thinking of another word. Fuck.
Niche.
That's one. That's also. It's not quite the word. Uh, Subjective. But you get what I mean. They gotta
Yeah.
be like kind of like a core element kind of.
Yeah,
thing
like
going
something
on.
you can scientifically prove exists. Like, you can't have a faith phoenix.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. This is just a curiosity. Are we going to like think more of like fantasy attributes or like the periodic table? Like, there's gonna be an iron phoenix, but there's also a gold phoenix.
No.
Okay,
Um,
we're
I
not
think
that
I think
precise with elements.
was it vague? I'm thinking of.
Mm.
I don't know. But like nothing like too stupid like no time phoenix bullshit going on here.
I mean, technically all phoenixes are time phoenixes, considering they basically live forever.
You get what I
Yeah.
mean though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Fuck, is that word? I cannot. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I just
Okay, I'm gonna
can't
name a
fucking
couple.
say it.
Obscure.
Mhm.
Is let's see. Obscure, vague, niche, abstract.
Abstract. Yeah, that's the word. That's it. It's abstract elements. I hate that bullshit.
Yeah. Like, I like it as a concept in certain cases, but not as like an attribute. Like, I love
Yeah.
space because I love summoning magic.
Summoning, teleportation, magic. I am fine with,
Yeah.
but
But not as like an attribute to be born out of.
that's a like
Yeah.
something like wasn't it like it was like the old like Chinese periodic table if I remember right.
Oh, yeah, there's like that one has like 8. Well, there's usually 5, like fire, water, metal, wood, earth.
Wood
But
stuff like that.
there's also the 8th trigram, which is wood, mountain, fire. I'm pretty sure one of the 8 is moon. So
Be night or darkness,
yeah,
whatever. Heaven, water, mountain, thunder, wind, fire, earth, and water. Those are the 8 diagrams.
Yeah.
But like, I'm fine with like.
Yeah. As
I'm
long
not
as you
gonna.
can
I'm not
like
gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and name like a bunch of elements that are the definites. It's just like, it's not gonna be abstract. That's all.
yeah. Like there's not gonna and also not too modern, like there's not gonna be a rubber phoenix.
Yeah. Nothing. No man-made elements. I'd imagine is the thing.
Oh,
Like a natural occurring
yeah. A
occurring
natural
resource.
occurring element, no
Hmm.
alloy, so no like steel.
Bronze, all that.
Yeah. Ah,
Simplified core elements would probably be.
no,
It's
because
kind of
that
hard to name because either they get too little or it's too much kind of thing. You get what I mean?
yeah, because I can see uh, ice being a thing since that's what we kind of talked about. But how much is that going to be different from water since ice is just water?
I imagine they'd be two different elements.
Yeah, because depending on how you do it, things can
Hmm.
get nuanced, things can get simple. So nothing like there's not going to be like any mental harpies like I come from dreams.
Yeah. Um, I kind of think of it like the game Doodle God.
Nope.
No. Well, you start off with like four basic elements: earth, water, fire, and wind, and you just combine those to make new elements, and then
Oh, like
you can use
Steam
those
and
elements.
such.
Yeah, stuff like
I
that. Like
used I did that with a game
it,
called Little Alchemist, so I know the concept.
yeah, it's like that's like the original was like a thing called Doodle God, but that there's other variations of that. But
Really? Huh.
it's similar. It's a similar concept to that. It's like
Yeah.
kind of like the mixing of bloodlines. Probably you get these new elements. I
Okay.
imagine.
Uh yeah.
What else? What else? What else? Anything else culture wise? Habitats. I'll go to habitats, I guess. The phoenixes probably live somewhere with abundant natural energy of their
Yeah.
element. Like, though most of them probably going to be on a fucking mountain. Let's go be honest here.
Yeah,
It's probably going to
either mountains, forest, way above sea level at least.
be yeah, volcanoes. Yeah,
Uh all right.
the
So since
like the lightning bird breeder like on a mountain by the sea where there's probably lots of storms and such. While you have like the ice bird on top of like one of the tallest peaks where it's very iced
yeah,
over,
like
and
like a big ass glacier.
yeah, and the of course Phoenix. I wonder where. Oh look, a volcano.
Oh look, a Taco Bell.
No, that turns your ass into a volcano. That's a different.
Fair. Oh god, imagine a shit phoenix.
No. We already deal with pigeons on a daily basis, okay?
You know, fair enough. Alright.
Um,
So, but any other harpy traits they take over? Or,
no, I think they're the more like origin of harpy kind of thing, more thing. So like the harpies get it from them is the thing.
okay. So, but compared to harpies, they would be more inland, I assume.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Besides the water phoenix, of course. Okay.
I mean, waterfalls are a thing.
Yeah, that too. All right. How about their social lives? Like, for obvious reasons, they take care of their court of harpies. They're probably like the head judge of the court.
Courtesan.
Well, no, it's not a courtesan.
Yeah, I was thinking like, courtesan, no, that isn't it.
They like before we just had like a head harpy. Now it's like no, it's the phoenix now kind of thing. I'm feeling that like they're the head of the courts.
Yeah, like, okay, so, because what I really liked about the harpies was if you are with a harpy, you know you're not her only one.
Uh-huh.
Because I did kind of just like the summer husbands, winter husbands. Like, who,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
like, I kind of like that they had loves in different locations,
Mm-hmm.
unless they really wanted to settle down. But if we just make them instinctually go to the phoenixes.
Just the pregnant ones. Yeah.
Oh wait, just the pregnant ones. Like if they have like.
If they're ready to have fertilized eggs, yes, they'll fly back to a phoenix area.
Okay, so they would potentially raise their children with their seasonal hobbies.
Yeah, they can do that. It's just like during like probably like the first year or
Oh
two.
yeah, just to see it's if it not a harpy pops out.
Yeah. Probably
Okay,
just for like
yep,
the protection.
yeah, okay.
Right. And then after that small time period, then they probably consume their regular schedules. Hello, summer husband. This is my winter husband's daughter.
Ah, he has your eyes. Why does she have an additional set of wings? Shut it the fuck up.
Right now. No, if a phoenix is born within that brood, probably they would have to stay there longer till like the elemental powers come in.
Yeah.
It's probably like the first year or two.
Yeah, that is acceptable. They probably would fly like back just to notify their seasonal ones to like. So you won't be meeting your daughter. Why not? She is a demigod. Sorry, what now?
What?
A phoenix. Wait, would phoenixes basically be their like religious figures?
I was gonna say like during their social aspect, like they could probably be seen as a sort of god in some cultures, I imagine, where they're like they probably have like a shrine set up to them, and that's probably where the phoenix will set up for their time.
Yeah, because they are birds that can be
Hmm.
taught to be very vain. So that would kind of make sense.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Like again, I was gonna bring up like the shrine aspects. Like they had shrines built to them, and that's probably where they go during their quote unquote migratory period, is like from shrine to shrine.
They never get my wings right in these effigies.
Do I really look that fat?
Ah, I remember when they made this statue. God, I could shoot a lot of lightning out of my wings then.
Yeah, stuff like that. They could definitely be seen as like to like the common peasant, uh, in that they are sort of godlike, having powers like godlike powers over elements.
Oh, now we're kind of upping their powers. I see.
Well, I'm just saying, like to a common peasant, it'd be like divine powers.
Fair.
It's a perspective thing.
Okay, so how would they deal with
Mhm.
other long-lived species like dragons, cowboys?
You stole my cupcake. Fuck you.
Yeah,
We made them petty, remember?
fair. But
Oh, you said they hold a grudge. They're gonna hold a fucking grudge.
that is fair. But but if you meet a phoenix, you're like, does she remember? Hello, friend. Next month. You. The fuck did I do? I remember what you did 2 lifetimes ago. Let's see your back.
Yeah, it can be like that, probably.
Yeah, like, first they don't realize it is you, then their memories start to come back.
Imagine how many enemy to lovers arcs there are back to enemies. Enemies to lovers back to enemies.
Or
Real
reverse.
fast. Yeah, lovers to enemies back to left.
Why did I ever love you? Memories come back. Oh, that's why. Hey, want to do that again? I I also kind
Probably.
I also kind of find it funny that when I mentioned long-lived species, you just ignored the cowboy part.
Oh, I know what you're referring to.
Uh,
I made the joke, remember?
yeah, that was one of our best moments.
Yeah, cowboy vampires. But no, I imagine they probably treat them a little bit more cordial than a normal long than other non-long-lived species due to like I'm probably gonna see this fucker again.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
And I don't
it's
want
like,
to hit.
mm,
They're gonna be old, and I don't want to hit them to hit my younger self.
yeah, it's kind of like, you cool? We cool? Okay, we cool.
Yeah, like, sure, they can hold a grudge, but they can also think like, if I'm too much of a bitch, they will hunt me when I'm just a kid.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's like, it's kind of like a fine line based off their personalities, but it's more like, I'll try not to fuck this up kind of thing. Like, I don't want to spend 100 years regenerating. And actually, like, if that did happen, they were killed prematurely, and another phoenix is born of the same element, they probably can't rebirth then.
Yep,
That'd be another
that
caveat.
is fair.
I'll say since it's like such importance that like to their life cycle that they have the one element, it's like they can definitely sense when another phoenix is born with their element.
Oh, but
They can probably feel like the natural energy be drawn to like another source, and that's probably how they can trace them.
that is fair. Oh, do you think that uh, phoenixes are more likely to be born while one is in their basically in their respawn room? Or do you think it's more likely to happen while they're fully awake?
I'll say because like a normal rebirth again is pretty instant. Is the thing.
Yeah,
So during the time, not really, but it's like it's one of those during the times when they're like prematurely killed and
yeah,
the energy is just passively gathering. That's probably when like the highest time of that element being born
yeah,
would
because
happen.
the energy has nowhere to really settle.
Yeah, it's just passively going to that corpse, but if now an active one is birthed, it's just gonna go to that one.
Yeah. Okay, so how much do you think the odds would increase? Because I think if there is a phoenix that is currently on their cooldown, I think with how low the birth rate of phoenixes normally would be, I'm gonna give it
Mhm.
like 20%.
I'd say like the normal like birth rate of a phoenix is like to harpy is like 1%. Honestly,
No, no,
I think that's great.
I'm
No,
saying a
I was getting to that.
increase of 20%.
No, I was getting to that. I'm saying like normally it's like 1% of phoenix's birth.
Those odds are still pretty high considering our previous harpy population.
My
I'm gonna
math does
say
run a
like
little bit.
1 in 10,000.
Fair. I was just throwing like 1/10,000 chance that a phoenix is born, but that's will probably jump up. Yeah, if they were prematurely killed.
Yeah.
uh, to yeah, I'd imagine like a 20% chance, but that it's like there probably would be more phoenixes born if they weren't alive. Is the thing due to the natural elements already flowing to an already existing phoenix. Is the thing.
Hmm.
Like there, I say like when the egg is born, it's not yet decided if it's harpy or phoenix. It's like the surrounding elemental energy would be drawn to the egg,
Okay.
and then like if there's already an existing phoenix of that energy is not really going to the egg; it's going to the phoenix.
Uh huh.
But if the phoenix is gone, that energy is free just to go to that egg to form the phoenix.
Yeah. So, yeah. When on cooldown, the phoenix egg rate goes up.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Considering China was very, very accurate when it came to like astrology and such, do you
yeah.
think they'd have like ways to sense that? Like, ah, a phoenix has perished prematurely in the west.
Like I am at like I'm fine with that. Like I said, like I say the phoenixes can definitely feel like the elemental energy flow, mostly of theirs, but they could tell others like, huh, oh they're gone for a while. Oh, they're back.
What? Okay, last time I was here, it was colder. What happened? Ice died. Ah.
Oh, yep. Now that you mention it, there I feel a new one over there. Okay. It's like unless they're specifically looking for elemental energy, they're not really going to notice it, but
Yeah.
they will notice theirs passively.
Yeah.
All right.
So while I'm okay with what we currently have, I am sad that with phoenixes not being that common, they couldn't just make a fuse reincarnation.
Fuse reincarnate. Oh.
Yeah, like
No.
two phoenixes combusting right next to each other, and only one infant pops out. Like, I
don't
like
think
it as
that'd
a
be a thing.
concept, but it doesn't fit with our current setting.
Well, it's not just because they're few. It's because like they're just naturally don't want to be near anyone else when they reincarnate because they're in a vulnerable state. They don't want to reincarnate right next to their enemy or another person. They
That
probably
is-
would like go into a sort of seclusion.
Yeah. Okay, so I just realized something since we mentioned a vulnerable state.
Uh-huh.
Because they probably would have, like, if they were to rebirth, have some harpies to tend to them in their first.
Yeah.
What do
Probably, like-
phoenixes eat?
Probably the same thing as harpies. Probably
Rookie?
mainly meat.
We're keeping it simple as that?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Like the harpies came from phoenixes, so I imagine that they eat that the same.
You know what? Yeah, simple
Probably-
enough. There's
probably-
no reason to make that one complicated.
They could probably eat less technically. They probably can sustain themselves off their own elemental energy if we really want to go that far.
Mhm.
Like they still need to eat, but just not as much. Like I don't remember if we even made a period like how many times a harpy needs to eat.
We kind of made that one based on normal birds, so like just average.
Yeah, I don't even know what the average is this thing. So, but they probably go like twice as long without food.
Because they can
Compared
use
to
the
normal
elemental energies as a substitute.
Yeah, for a little bit. Again, they still need to eat, but it's just like
Yeah.
they can fend off the pains of hunger.
Okay, okay.
Let's see. Probably the harpies that take care of the phoenix when they're being rebirthed probably would have like I'd give them like a special type for like title like Fire Keeper, Thunder Keeper, Ice Keeper, something like that. Kind of like a harpy that doesn't really that has settled down in the territory of the phoenix and has that permanent job of theirs kind of thing.
Okay,
They're
so
probably,
since
Yeah.
we call a group of harpies a court, can we call
Uh-huh.
them courtesans?
You frequently use courtesan, don't you?
It's a word I
Uh,
don't get to use very often, so why the fuck not?
I mean, I was thinking of another court term,
Ooh.
like a bailiff or something.
Bailiff, bailiff. Hold up, I'm gonna
cop.
Google what that means.
The cop that's in the courtroom that makes sure you don't approach the judge or act outrunly.
Lady in waiting?
What?
Oh. Let's see, bailiff.
Bailiff. He's like a cop who's there to keep order and look after prisoners that are in the courtroom.
I think we might.
B-A-I-L.
Oh, we're going with like a court, as in a judge, jury, and a law.
Yeah, that's what we had for our court.
I thought we were talking about like a court of nobles.
No,
Oh,
a lawful court.
I don't remember that part. My bad.
You good? It was one of our first episodes, so. But not. I remember that it was like a court, and we made like the head one a judge. I forget the original reason. I had to go back and watch the episode, but I remember it was like a court. That's why I kind of want like the one who takes care of the phoenix during its rebirth be called like the bailiff.
Okay, yeah. If we went like with a court of law as a group of harpies,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, like I was thinking of like, did we call it like an orchestra?
No,
acquire.
no, it's like a court of law.
Yeah,
Because I remember something about a jury and all that in there. But yeah, they'd be like a bailiff. They're like the second in command of like the Harpy of the Phoenix clan.
yeah, she would be the keeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
they're the ones that keep order to everything while the Phoenix grows back up.
yeah. Like I could have sworn it was like a court of law. Well, sorry, a court of nobles.
No,
That's why I went with like lady in waiting. But yeah, bailiff works in that case.
right? So Phoenix is the judge. We have a bailiff Harpy. Yeah, what we did with the jury and all that. But like, I gotta go rewatch that episode to remember that stuff.
Yeah, especially if we're gonna do a map special.
I wasn't expecting to go to Harpy connect the Harpies that much as we did here, so that's why I didn't really watch it. But now, we've pretty much ascended Harpy now. What to expect? Anyway, so think what else? They probably have. I don't know what we did with the word jury, but I don't know if I want to run with that idea. Fuck. Anything other social wise that they would have is the thing.
Okay, so they definitely wouldn't be as coastal as harpies. They would they have the same amount of beef with lamias, or would they not really care?
They probably don't really care since they're not really in their territory. Is the thing. It's more of a Harpy thing since they're the ones that move or go across the world.
What would be okay? So aside from harpies, what species would they have the best accord with, and which one would be the worst accord with them?
I imagine one of the longer-lived species they'd have like the best accord. Probably dragons, honestly.
I can see that argument going both ways, because on the one side they can be superior, like nah 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 nah, I live longer. But on the other side, they could also respect something that lives longer than them.
Because again, our dragons are like an apex species.
Yeah, but yeah, would they be considered prey to the dragons, or would they be considered beneficial enough to have good relationships with?
I think it's more like a mutual respect kind of thing. Is like, you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you kind of thing. Like, because the dragon can kill the Harpy. Harpy can come back. Dragon can't do anything about that. Really.
Huh. Okay. In that case, I was gonna say elemental, but because they're kind of immune to, they have immunity to their attunements. That wouldn't really. Oh wait,
Mhm.
elementals could be their prey.
I am down with that.
Cause, yeah, you
Yeah,
did say they
they-
would eat meat, but since
Mhm.
they are more attuned to an element than they are to like blood, bones, and their own flesh.
Uh-huh.
Them being the birds of prey to elementals would
Yeah.
be kind of cool.
Yeah, they could definitely steal like their elemental cores out of them for and harness their power.
Yeah. Also, shiny core.
Yeah.
So I do think that we could give them the trait of, oh, shiny, mine.
I don't know if they're that bird-brained, but
I mean, harpies come from them, so
like I'm not opposed to it. But
Yeah.
I just think it's not
It's-
as powerful as like
yeah.
they like it. They're just not gonna be obsessed over it, kind of thing.
yeah, it's not gonna be like a dragon's hoarding sense. It's more like, oh, shiny, collect.
It's probably like they like accessories and all that over
They-
like just like a normal
Actually,
uncut
I
gem.
do think that a lot of birds collect those trinkets to like show off. So instead of
They
like
def-
collecting to
they want,
collect it,
Mhm.
they just want to see, check out my cool stuff.
That's what I'm saying. They're very accessorized.
Yeah,
I will
bragging
say.
rights.
Yeah, they want jewelry and other stuff they can attach to their clothing to show off. It's like if they can't wear it, they're probably not going to be interested in it, kind of thing. It's like unless
If,
they can like show it off.
yeah, or if they can sit on it. Like, I can imagine them having like a little slab of like emerald because it makes a nice perch.
You don't think they already have thrones built for themselves, my man?
Your point.
I'm just saying, it's like
Yeah.
they probably already have one.
You
And
know
they
what?
probably
Yeah, I can. You know what? I do see the argument there. Yeah, I'm
they're
okay
probably
with
still
accepting
longer.
that.
One of them probably has like a throne made of like emerald gem, just like a giant cut up emerald in the shape of a throne. It's uncomfortable as fuck, but it's shiny.
I was just imagining like the Master Emerald with like knuckles and a phoenix. Like, mine? No, mine, mine, mine. I'm gonna kill you. I'll be back.
Mine. Sequels.
Wait, are all the phoenixes based around the same bird, but just different elements, or is each element kind of a different bird?
Well, there's not a bird for each element, so it's probably a bird of different elements.
Okay,
Is
yeah.
the thing. Same, it's probably same bird.
Okay, same bird, different code.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Just had to establish that.
Yeah. Let's see. I imagine other like social encounters like it probably like what's the word? Proud, cocky to like a normal person, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Like like they really flaunt their prestigiousness. I mean, but inflate their ego and they're pretty much like putty in their hand kind of thing.
I'm trying to think what. Oh, I just thought of a dynamic that could happen, but isn't like necessarily, just potentially. Like a little bit of tension between specifically like ghosts or spirits, because I imagine that when they're on their downtime, like when if they happen to be killed prematurely, it's just nothingness for them. Like
Okay.
like they're probably pissed that ghosts can still wander around after death. If they reincarnate, they didn't have that they didn't have to sit in timeout. While freshly made ghosts are probably annoyed at phoenixes because what did it mean you are guaranteed to reincarnate?
Yeah, about 90% chance I come back.
Yeah.
Really depends on when. If it's mating season, probably less. But if it's not, I'm good.
I mean, there's like a lot of mating seasons, so and if they are like 100 years on cooldown.
I'm saying there's probably like 2 mating seasons, I would imagine. The summer and winter.
Yeah, a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, like if it's not mating season, then like the eggs aren't there. It really depends. There's a lot of circumstances to it, but yeah.
I mean, but with that logic, there will be 200 mating seasons during their timeout zone if they are out of commission for 100 years.
Oh, I don't think I nailed that down. That's just like an example. It's just it takes longer than instant that they normally do.
Hey, you said 100 years.
I was spitballing. You didn't even agree with it at the beginning.
That is true. How long would the cooldown period be? At least a couple years, right?
Yeah, for a premature queen, probably like. Since it's not instant, probably 5 to 10 years, honestly. Which is a long time still.
Oh, wait. How about, depending on when they're killed, the time it normally would take from that point to when they would reincarnate? So, let's say you are born in like the first week, it takes about 40 years for you to pop back out.
What?
I don't know.
No. I think it's like I think 5 to 10 years is a good range. That means there's still a chance for them to come back, but it's like it's not guaranteed still.
Okay.
50 uptake rate, but
Okay.
it's still like if there's nothing within that time, they'll come back.
I do think that dying prematurely also has a additional demerit considering they would forget more.
I guess, sure. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But
Anything else that we have to talk about with phoenixes? Cause
I think we got most of it covered now.
all right. Uh,
Unless you have anything else.
just a couple of post debate questions, if I'm being honest.
Sure.
Okay. So, well, there's since if we 1 second, kind of stumbling over my words here.
Hmm.
Okay, so since we don't really have much, one of my post debate questions is the usual. What is your
Okay.
general interest and waifu interest in phoenixes?
All right. Well, I'm not going to do one for every element because that'd be
Oh no,
stupid.
absolutely not. Because we have not even established how many there are.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. That's more world building stuff. But I'd say generally I'm good 8, honestly, because I've always had a small interest in Phoenix because they're fucking cool. Okay.
Acceptable.
uh, and waifu rating. Hmm. Yeah, probably the same. Probably about an 8, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
And for me, beforehand, I was gonna say like 5. Like, yeah, phoenixes are cool creatures, but not that interesting when you think about it. But when we started thinking, when you spitballed the idea of different elemental phoenixes, I was like, we shall cook.
And we did.
Yeah.
So what's your ratings at now?
Okay. So after our debate, I'm gonna give them an 8. Yeah, an 8 for general interest. Waifu, I'm gonna give them the same score as I gave for Harpies.
I don't remember.
That was like a 7, 8-ish.
Fair, fair.
Okay, another post-debate thing. What do you
Hmm.
think would be the easiest element to rebirth with, and what would be the hardest?
I mean, I have to give it to the original Phoenix here. They're probably the easiest with fire, honestly. Gotta give them some fame to their name.
Okay, yeah.
Probably the hardest of our 3.
No,
Probably lightning.
just in general. Like,
Right.
what do you think would be the
Hardest
easiest?
element.
Yeah.
Uh, what element am I thinking? Metal, maybe. Metal Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because those are pretty much finite, and there's only so much metal in a world, and like,
Yeah.
well, not with magic, that's not a question anymore. You can just transmute shit. But
Yeah.
regardless, there's only so much natural metal in the world, and they're all in that one place. Like the metal doesn't move around or anything.
Yeah.
So that's probably my argument. Why? What would you think would be the hardest element?
Okay. Uh, okay. So hardest elements.
Yeah.
Um. Same reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna give 4 different elements. One that would be the hardest. One that would be the easiest. One that would have the least amount of effect with the rebirth.
Uh-huh.
And one that would be just kind of cool. Hardest? I was kind of thinking more like earth, but metal also makes sense. Uh,
God, a metal Phoenix would be fucking sick though.
yeah. Let's see. Easiest? I'm gonna say it's probably a lot easier to build up electricity though than fire.
I mean, I'm guessing.
Let's see. Things that would have like a cool effect with their rebirth. or their with their rebirth burst, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call it. We probably should come up with a term for that.
Reburst. Hey.
Their new game plus would be like a plant harpy, because I could definitely see like a mess, like the area surrounding their rebirth suddenly just sprouting in growth, becoming fertile.
Okay.
One that barely would do anything would either be a darkness or air phoenix.
Probably.
Because,
Well, if you're having darkness, there's also light. So.
yeah. But it depends where you do the darkness. Like, if you
Cave,
get
at
rebirth
night.
in a cave, what the fuck changed?
Yeah.
If you do it outside, okay, the sun is shining on your darkness. Like, it's just like a black blip for a second.
Yeah.
And
But wind can be more destructive. Is the thing.
it can be more destructive, but depending on how big the rebirth bursts even are, it's just winds that, because there's just air everywhere. It gets
I
to
imagine
place.
like the rebirth, like a natural rebirth, is like a big explosion of natural energy. Is the thing.
How big
like,
of an
it's a-
explosion? How much are we talking about
like-
an explosion?
Like violent levels of explosion.
Okay, so bigger than like a landmine, I assume.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like not nuclear bomb big.
No.
But like,
Like movie car bomb or bigger?
I guess about movie car bomb, you can imagine maybe bigger. It's kind of hard to imagine like probably cover an entire mountain kind of big.
Oh wait,
explosion.
the amount of explosions they used to like bring down buildings.
Stuff like that, kind of like.
Okay, so basically just an imploding skyscraper.
A very violent one, yes, of just natural energy.
Yeah, because those disperse pretty far.
Yeah, like the fire would just be like a massive pyre just reaching skywards. The lightning would just bring down thunderbolts after thunderbolts down upon.
Yeah, if it's close to a human settlement.
Yeah.
The
human settlement probably won't survive it. Is the thing.
Oh wait. Well, I think it depends on what type of elements, but
Yeah.
I do think they
But
would
it's a-
survive it. I just think there would be repercussions. Like electric would cause a blackout.
Hey.
Yeah, and then there was you.
Like you imagine like the ice one, like just these giant ice spikes just scatter instantly in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, but
All right.
yeah, like if we're using like a skyscraper as a base, that is for a individual still a pretty massive area, but it's not like world ending.
Yeah, it's not supposed to. It's natural
Yeah.
reactions. Like,
Yeah, so just an imploding skyscraper, or that makes a good radius.
yeah, it's violent enough that you just don't want to be too close. That's why they usually go into seclusion somewhere.
Oh wait, I forgot something that we normally ask about.
Yeah.
How far do you think they would make their culture with or without other species interactions?
Honestly,
Yeah.
they probably take it to like feudal era kind of
Like Industrial
I don't-
Revolution?
somewhere around there, but more feudal Japan kind of thing.
Ah.
They probably take to their egos of being godly, such.
Oh, okay. So also with like what was it called again when Japan just kind of closed itself off to outsiders?
I don't know what terms that you're using there.
There was a
continue.
moment where there was a period in
Yeah,
time where Japan just closed its borders to everyone from different countries. Like they didn't trade with other countries and such. Like there's a term for it. It's on the. I- Is that the kind of the peers you were talking about, or?
Kinda.
Okay. Uh, pre or post Shinsengumi?
Landlocking?
Landlocking is not the correct term, but yeah. So kind of that period of Japan. So probably like after like samurai started to dwindle, or before, where they were still in their prime.
Yeah, it's probably like when they're in their prime, honestly.
Acceptable.
Because they definitely would see themselves as some kind of lordship and such.
Ah.
And
Yeah.
because again, they probably want to show off their prestigeness to others and everything. But yeah.
In that case, yeah, I can definitely see that.
All right. Well, got anything else?
Would you waifu a phoenix?
A fucking course. What about you?
If I'm not allergic to the feathers, yes.
All right. Well, that's everything for this Would You Waifu, folks. Nice having y'all and everything. But guess we call it here.
Yeah. One second. I see 6 people I follow online, so I'm just gonna roll a metal dice to see who we're gonna raid in.
Go ahead. Well, be sure to catch next time. We're planning to do a world map of all our monster scrolls we freeze done and just stick them somewhere in the world.
Oh god, that's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot. But yeah.
I don't imagine it's gonna be that much. But...
As we're gonna set up a little raid to someone playing Pick Me, as we're going to raid Lady Danaki. So to everyone who's still in chat, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for popping by. It has been fun. Bye bye.
Peace out, Girl Scouts. Oh. And we're done.
Yeah.